Up top and just that, it's DUTCHdinero here representing for DUTCHdinero Top Slide TV. Please remember, share, like, subscribe. Tell a friend about Yasso, cause I Yasso. Nice. Yes, my fam, remember, hit me up in the comment box and let me know what you think about the story. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what are your experiences? You know what I mean? As I share these great words of inspiration with you all. Yes, my fam. So, as you know, my last video was what God promised you, stand on it. What God promised you, stand on it, right? And you can just type in the topic in the Google search, right, with DUTCHdinero at the front or DUTCHdinero at the end of the topic, and you will find it a bit quicker, right? So you just type in what God promise you, stand on it, right? So the topic we are on now is build up others, right? Yes, my fam. So sometimes you just say what helps, you know what I mean? Because a lot of time people going through struggles that you might not know of, and people fighting their battle, right? And the best thing for you to do is just say what helps, you know what I mean? Because sometimes people look to us for inspiration as much as we look to them, you know what I mean, for inspiration. So while we look to others for inspiration, people look to us for inspiration, right, fam? So sometimes it's better you just say what help more than to just go negative, you know what I mean? There's always a saying, that says when someone come to you with their problem, you don't just dish out your problem to them. You listen to theirs and give your thought on what you think could help them and their problem. You know what I mean? When you have your problem get overwhelming, you can go to them expecting that they will do the same. Not telling you their problem, because that would be like problem on problem, you know what I mean? Even though sometimes you have to tell people the hardship that you're going through to make them better understand that their hardship is not unique and it will end soon, you know what I mean? But you just have to just say what helps, right? So as we're on the topic now, build up others, I'm going to go into the script and let you hear exactly what is happening, right? Okay. The Apostle Paul writes, let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. Ephesians 4:2-9. Eugene Peterson paraphrases it this way: say only what helps, each word a gift. Think of the people you most enjoy spending time with. How would you describe them? Grumpy? Bitter? Negative? Of course not. They are celebrators, not complainers. They are passionate about life. As you live this day, realize that everyone you meet, you will leave better off, worse off, unaffected. The way to build others up is to see them as opportunities instead of obstacles or obligations. One leadership expert writes, one of the best things you can do for people, which also attracts them to you, is to expect the best of them. I call it putting a 10 on everyone's head. It helps others think more highly of themselves, and at the same time it also helps you. A survey of 100 self-made millionaires showed only one common denominator. These highly successful men and women routinely looked for the best in people. Benjamin Disraeli, one of Britain's finest prime ministers, put it this way: the greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own. And you do that by appreciating, encouraging, and helping others to reach their potential. Napoleon describes leaders as dealers in hope. He understood that hope is one of the greatest of all possessions. If you can be the person who best bestows that gift on others, they'll not only be attracted to you, they'll be forever grateful. Up top and just that, it's DUTCHdinero here presenting for DUTCHdinero Top Slide TV. Please remember, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend them about Yasso, cause a Yasso nice. Yes, my fam, so as you know, build others up is a part 1, part 2 in section, right? So we have part 1 and we have part 2, right? So this is part 1. So as you're hearing here now, right, the best way to deal with people is by building them up with nice things to say, things that helps the truth, you know what I mean, but be helpful, you know what I mean. As they say, some millionaires, what they do, they show people not their riches, but they show people the riches they possess, you know what I mean. So instead of just showing someone that I have a nice car, you know what I mean, you can instead say to them, wow, that's a nice bicycle, you know what I mean. They have a nice bicycle, you can say, that's a nice bicycle, you know what I mean. If I want a bicycle, I would buy something like that. I think that's a good buy, you know what I mean. Wow, that's a nice car you have there, even though yours is way more newer, look better, more expensive, you know what I mean, but you still appreciate them with theirs, you know what I mean. Because at the end of the day, everybody fight their struggle, and not everybody will be as rich as you, or as wealthy as you, or as better off as you know what I mean. So you got to just appreciate people, other people's riches also, which might be rags to you because you have passed that stage a long time ago, or maybe you have never been there, you know what I mean. But you got to just learn to appreciate things and people around you and the things they have, you know what I mean. So that help you greatly in building up others, you know what I mean. So my fam, my next video will be part 2 of this right here that I'm doing, build others up, right? So this is part 1. My next video will be build others up part 2, right? So you can just type in the Google search build others up part 2, and when you type in build others up part 2, you can put DUTCHdinero at the front, or DUTCHdinero after you type in build others up part 2 to to find the video quicker. So the next video I'm gonna do is build others up part 2. Right? So me hear me fam, give me your take on what you think about this topic here, building others up, you know what I mean, and give us some insight on how you go by building others up to let others get the insight, you know what I mean, or to understand better than I have explained, you know what I mean. Yes, because life is a journey, and we all have to share thoughts and deeds in order to make things better for everyone else, right? So hit me up in the comment box, my fam. Me there, up top.